Hey everyone, mindlessbile here, and we're back for episode 2 of The Forest, which is day 1. If you watched my last video that I uploaded pretty close to before this, you'll hear that I've had technical difficulties, and I forgot to hit record yesterday, so we're already halfway through the day, and we just now got, you missed me finding the yacht, but here we are, so we're going to kind of show you what I got in here. We've already picked up the cassette player as well as tape 1, and we got a few kind of story items here, which now isn't going to show itself. That was a missing milk crate. We got the yacht magazine. We got plenty of snacks. We got some tanks for our rebreather, which will allow us obviously to breathe underwater. We got some booze, a handy skull. Let's see if this will come up. Because this doesn't stay in our book, so I can't show you this later. We got a little picture with a teddy bear on it sitting on the bow of this boat. At least I believe that part is called the bow. We also find a picture here that shows the Virginia, which is one of the mutants that we'll be facing, and a rather formidable mutant at that. One of about the most toughest to deal with in this game, as well as a few spare pieces of cloth. But let's go back on top of the boat here. This is kind of where we're at. This is one of the most popular campsites among players here at this part of the ocean. You can always find it by looking for the yacht and that large tree up there, one of the few trees that cannot be cut down. As I stated before in my really old forest videos, I believe they refer to them as sacrificial trees. But we're going to head back to shore here. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. I had to go let the dog out. He was barking and wanting to be let out. But we're going to go back to shore here. Now, we missed all kinds of stuff yesterday. I did a little bit of work. Because of the save point, you didn't miss me getting to our new campsite area that we're going to use. So I at least have that going for us. But once we get to shore, I'm going to check my inventory here. I think I might have crafted a few things that you didn't get to see. Alright, stamina's already low. Let's take a look here. Now see, I already crafted the bow. The bow is made out of a stick, some of these ropes, and 2 pieces of cloth. We don't have any arrows yet for the bow. And I also picked up the tortoise shell by killing one of the sea turtles, and that's where we got our little lump of meat here from. But we're going to head inland. We're looking for sources of fresh water. There's one of the little turtles now. We don't need to kill him, though, because we already have what we need from him. We've already looked through all these little item crates. We missed that as well. And we also missed this little section here, which has cassette tape number 5, which we already grabbed, and the picture of the yacht, which is dated for June of 1982. Now, we'll find all kinds of little story pieces of evidence here that date back all the way to the 1930s. So the shit's been going down on this island for a very long time here. And still, after playing for all this time, I really haven't discovered exactly how the cannibals got here, how they came about, blah, 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 and all that stuff. So there's still a lot of mystery going on in this game, at least for me personally. And like I said, I really don't watch any videos because finding Timmy, among other things, like I said, I see plenty of people showing thumbnails of them finding Timmy. I don't know if that's bait or not, but I just don't want to ruin the game for me. Uh-oh. We got somebody up there. We got multiple somebodies. That's not good. They're kind of in our way. 3 somebodies. Jeez. Oh, we got one of the females. They're pretty nasty, scaggy little creatures. Kind of makes you wonder why they're such assholes on this island, to see the women that they got to deal with. Let's see if we can just walk around these guys and avoid them. Originally, the concept of this game was to question whether or not they're actually bad people. I mean, yeah, they obviously eat people, but since you're eventually forced... Oh, we picked up some aloe vera there. You combine the aloe vera with the marigolds in the future to make health items. I'll show it to you in the book here towards the end of the day as we look through our discoveries. But this is kind of my favorite pond here. This is where I usually like to start out my game. There's always, like I said from the last video, there's always a spear in here, fish, a source of water. And there's a campsite over here that we just walked past that has the pot we need in order to boil fresh water. Some more aloe vera. There's always tons of booze around. Oh, don't need any more booze. Wonderful. Let's make some Molotov cocktails. Now, I will note that this screen does not pause the game. Or at least not very well. Alright, we can only hold so many and craft so many booze. So let's pick up some more and refill up our stock. Tons of booze here. I think that's our 7. Yeah, we can only carry 7 booze at a time. It's an odd number. But let's go pick up our pot. Oh, we got some blueberries over here. And we haven't discovered them yet either. Blueberries are great sources of energy, water, as well as food. They're they're honestly like the power food of the game here. You know, especially since you don't actually have to hunt it down. But here's our pot for boiling water. We can also as well use it to craft kind of a syrup catcher, or not a syrup, a sap catcher on the trees, because you only normally gain trees or sap when knocking down trees. So if you haven't done that in a while, if your camp's already set, you can run out of sap, which you use to upgrade your weapons, repair your structures, and other things. We got flares. Flares are very useful. One of the greatest weapons in the game once you locate the flare gun. Alright, we got enough sticks. I think we got enough rocks. Ooh, we got a rabbit here. See if we can get him before he runs away. Oh, shit. Alright, well, we're not really too worried about them right now. We got food in our inventory, and it does start to rot until you make a drying rack, which will allow you to kind of make beef jerky. So what we're going to do here is now we got a source of water that we can make, and we're going to start kind of building a camp. And I always like to make a little small camp here since it's very conveniently located. And instead of doing a usual kind of camp, building a structure and a foundation, we're just going to use one of the pre-structures of the game here. And I think we're going to make ourselves a little tree house. So let's go to our shelter section here. Well, that's all messed up. It's saying, okay. Oh, it's in the custom made now. They switched the placement of the stuff around. And we're going to make a basic tree house here. How many we need logs? We need 35. 29. I don't know if we can save if we make one of these. I can't remember if we can save inside of the tree houses or not. You know what? We're just going to make a normal structure. So we're going to make a foundation. In order to make the foundation, you have first to have your ghost structure. You can choose how high up you want your foundation to be off the ground. Since we're not trying to do anything impressive here, we're just trying to get our foot in the door. We're just going to make a basic small structure. One of the more difficult things about building structures is trying to make things that show up even. And one of the ways to tell that is you'll see these things eventually stop going. Now, see how that stopped? And that basically means that we're even. So now we want to go over here, and it'll kind of automatically connect. And there we have. We need 19 logs to build this basic little frame here. So we're going to start cutting down some trees, some more aloe. Always want to keep collecting stuff. You know, it's one of those games where they say in life, if you ain't spending money, or if you ain't making money, you're spending money. That's the same with this. You know, it's like once you get a thing down and you stop collecting food for your drying rack, you stop collecting herbs and plants, you're obviously using them all the time. So the longer you keep on exploring and not collecting, you're running loose on supplies, and then you'll definitely have to stop what you're doing just to go back to straight collecting. So it always pays to just continuously be picking stuff up. Where's my icon here? There we go. So like I said, this is going to take 19 logs, so we're going to edit past here so you don't have to watch me very boringly chopping down trees. Alright, now we have our last 2 logs. We're going to finish our foundation here. Once we find the darn little icon. This one's kind of goofy here. There we go. Alright, so now we have a basic foundation, a basic floor. And yes, those things that grow through there will continuously grow through there. It's kind of obnoxious. But as you can see, it's not very easily just readily jump up on there. So we need to make some type of a set of stairs. So now we're going to go into our building. Now I think the simple stairs might not be good enough for us. Where are they at? There's the custom stairs. Where's the simple stairs? I think they're going to be too high for us anyways. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a little bit too big for our purposes. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Should have made it a little bit higher off the ground. So let's go back here. Custom stairs. Now these are kind of tricky. Now what we need to do is we need to try to first make sure it's even and not it off at an angle. And we're obviously too far to the edge. Ah, we did it wrong. We can see it's already getting dark here. I really lost the first part of the day coming down here. Let's see, back up. Let's see what we got to do here. And there we go. Now you can see there's a little bit of a discrepancy there, and it's obviously crooked. It's hard to get things perfect here. Alright, it's getting dark, so we need to make ourselves a fire. We're just going to make ourselves a quick basic fire. Get some light on our situation here. And we need 7 logs for our thing. We still got 2 left over here. So let's knock down some more. Now I will note that if you, once the structure is finished and you hit it with a tree, not only do you stand the chance of damaging it, but you also stand the chance of destroying your structure. So now once you've got a structure built, you kind of want to push your trees away from your structure. Come on. This one should yield us 5. Oh, no, it didn't. Alright, so we're still going to have to cut down one more tree. Unless we... Yeah, we're still going to have to do at least one more tree. Let's get a lighter here. It might be too dark for you guys to see. We got some friends here. We're just going to ignore them until it becomes absolutely... Oh, he's coming. I can hear him. You little bastard. There's more of them. Shit. I can't see you guys. Where are you at? They're coming. Shit. I'm going to be walking into my own fire. Oh, now it's going to get cold and wet. Nice. I think he might still be alive. Now he's dead. Come on, honey. No, that's not. Oh. You can see these very guys are very quick. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Now we got some bigger boys coming here. Now we're going to burn these for their bones. We need to take care of these guys. These guys are a pain. As you can see by the edge of our screen, we're getting very cold and wet. Come on, go down. Oh, we're running low on stamina. Now we can pick up his weapon here. It's kind of a very decorated club. Start throwing these bodies on the fire. I like to keep a clean campsite. Eat your buddies. Bad girl. You need spanked with my plane axe. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. They took me down. Oh. Alright, now we get to see another fun part here. Now, your first initial kill... well, it's kind of hard to explain. Now the sound's all noisy. We're going to wait a second. Alright, when they first initially kill you, they drag you off to your caves. And as you can see, they're obviously hanging you up like meat. And that's like a kind of a second chance. Now, if they hit me in the same day, it will kill me permanently. I will die. So, what we got to do is look down, and thankfully they left our axe there for us. And it's always the same. They always put us in the same place. Alright, so now we're covered in blood. We're in very bad shape. Oh, we got something added to our to-do list here. Explore the hanging cave. So now we have 2 caves that we have to explore. This is a very extensive cave system. There actually was another secondary objective where it's like further explore the hanging cave. I can always get that one crossed off, but I can never get just the basic explore the cave crossed off. We got something new in the bestiary as well, it looks like. Yeah, we're infected. We need aloe to heal. We've been bloody for way too long. We need to eat some of our aloe to stop ourselves from getting further infected. But now we also found the regular. It's strong but slower than the skinnies. Tend to travel in groups. They can climb trees, and you can knock the trees down and kill them off of the trees, as you've seen in my one update video. And fire is ineffective. Try to pick them off one at a time. I think I always show. Let's also look through a book while we're here. Like I said, we already found the cave fish. But we found the aloe, we found the oval leaf blueberries. And you can see here in the beginning we kind of got recipes, all our different recipes. But we're not going to go through that right now because we're stuck in the middle of the cave. So we're going to get us our upgraded stick here so we can get some light on the situation. Now we need to get us some, definitely need to get us some energy or something in us. So let's eat some candy bars. That'll help us out for now. Take some more medicine here. Now, as you can see, we're not the only victims that have been here. I don't believe any of these are plane passengers, though, since they don't tend to count. Got plenty of booze, so I don't need to take any of this booze, but it's always here for the taking whenever you need it. Come on. Which button's to crouch? There we go. Come on. There we go. Goddamn tennis balls. And it makes us put the torch out to pick something up, which is very annoying. Alright, that's about all we got in this little cubby. Now, there's a few more things we're going to grab here. We're not going to actually explore the actual cave yet. We're just not ready for that kind of stuff yet. But, of course, they also conveniently leave us right next to the rope, which leads into one of their main camps. Oh. So you can see the sticks run out pretty quickly, especially when you're using them to smash enemies and break open crates. It'll also make the fire go out faster and ruin your stick on a rag. Come on, get over that. But down here, before you ever get into the cave, they very conveniently put two very important items. I don't know if it's not hard to hear me over the water here, because the water is very noisy in the caves, and it sounds very even noisier with these headphones. But here we have a map. This map kind of fills itself in, whether you're in the caves or whether you are above the caves. It fills it into the environment. And the compass. Compass is a very important item. So let's go back here and get out of the caves. Well, alright, survivors, that video ran on for about 40 minutes as I make my way back, and since we technically didn't sleep that night, and we kind of slept the night hanging upside down from a cave, that was technically the end of day one. So we're going to end that video here, and it'll give me something easy to kind of edit and put out for tomorrow, because I might be doing some shopping tomorrow, because it's payday. So I might be coming up with some really cool stuff for us. So this is Mindless Bile. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like or subscribe button if you do. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again.